Love is one of the strongest emotions you can possibly feel, and to have that taken away from you, that would be hard on anyone. I actually made a little short video about how money can't buy happiness, and a lot of people responded saying, yes, if I had $10,000 or if I had X amount of money, I can buy the game that I want, the car that I want, and I would be happy. Even if you had these things, how long would that happiness last? Really, what is happiness? This has been something that I've questioned my whole entire life. I've thought about it for the past almost 32 years. I have to tell you a little bit of background story in order to really get into what I think really makes people happy. The first time I really dove into learning about happiness and doing all the research I can possibly do on happiness was when I had my first heartbreak. When you're going through heartbreak, it's really hard to feel any sense of happiness. Love is one of the strongest emotions you can possibly feel, and to have that taken away from you, that would be hard on anyone. When I went through my first heartbreak, I was having such a hard time feeling like myself again. I couldn't feel any positive emotions. I couldn't think any positive thing. And to be honest, I felt rejected by life. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I just felt all these negative thoughts and emotions, and I wanted to get myself out of it. So I went on a pursuit for happiness. I would look for self-development books on how to be happy. One of the books that really stood out to me during my self-development journey to finding happiness was Dalai Lama's book on the art of happiness. I eventually became a fangirl because of this book, because then after that, I went and watched all of his videos, his talks, and I ended up buying a lot of his other books and read all of them. I really recommend that you read it. It just shows how Dalai Lama finds his inner peace and happiness, framing your thoughts to be positive ones, being compassionate, and through compassion and empathy, you can find happiness by loving and caring for others. After talking to a lot of people who seem to have money and financial success, I realized that the thing that was missing from their lives in order to be happy is a purpose. And what makes us happy is having a purpose that gives us meaning in our lives, that makes us excited to wake up each day. As we are working towards our purpose, we make progress towards our goals. The two things that make us happy are purpose and progress. This is one of my biggest realizations. Figure out what your purpose is and make progress towards it. That is the answer to happiness. A great way to figure out what your purpose is through ikigai, which is a Japanese term for the reason why you get up in the morning, and is a feeling that you get when what you're doing is making a difference in other people's lives, which embodies the idea that happiness comes from having a reason for being, having a reason for living. Based on this idea, we can figure out our purpose by asking ourselves 4 questions. One is, what do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? And how do I get paid for it? If you can find something that intersects these 4 things, that is your purpose in life. And I actually think that's really beautiful because I always talk about finding your purpose through your passion and your strengths and figuring out a way to use those to provide value to other people. I can't talk about happiness without addressing that we do need money for basic necessities. But up to a certain point, even if you have all these things and more, there are things that you need to work on internally because happiness comes from within. And if you don't work on the internal things, no matter how much material things you have, you're not going to be happy. There are things that money can't buy, and that is, of course, happiness. It can't buy health. Say you have a terminal illness and you have some sort of chronic disease. Yes, you can buy medication and pay for doctors, but if you're in bad health, if you have cancer or anything like that, which I never wish upon anyone, money's not going to solve that problem. That's why I always advocate for preventive health. You need to be proactive about doing things for your health so that you don't get sick later, because no amount of money can cure a terminal, untreatable illness. You can't buy love. You can't throw money at someone and make them love you. You can't buy real, genuine friendships. That comes from compatibility, shared interest, and just caring for one another. Another thing you can't buy is time. You can't get back time. You can't pay for more time. Health, how you think, your mindset, self-confidence, your relationships with people, this all comes from who you are internally as a person, and that's something that you need to work on. I have to work on it every day. I work out, I meditate, I work on my mindset, I work on spending time with people, building relationships. These are things that money can't help me with, but I have the power to make an impact on, which can lead to my happiness. I always say focus on the things that you can control and don't worry about the things that you can't control. In order to be happy, figure out what your purpose is and focus on progress rather than outcome, and work on the things that money can't buy within yourself every day. That would be the one piece of life advice that I would leave anyone. And I have to say, I'm not perfect at it in any way, but it's something that I work on every day. That's all I have for today. I still have some of my matcha left. Still good. I truly believe that we all deserve to live a life that is true to who we are in our fullest potential. I hope this resonates with you in some way and you can figure out a way to be the truest and highest version of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care. If you found this content valuable, and if you're looking for more content like this in terms of health and self-development, please like and subscribe. As always, I love when people reach out to me. I love connecting with people, so don't be shy. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now. Is anyone sweating as much as I am?